Good morning, everybody. It's Dave TI here. I do have my glue gun. I have not got the speaker wire yet. Things are tight around here. Really can't afford it right now. But when I can afford it, sorry, I have the hiccups too. When I can't afford it, I will do the project. I promise you, I can assure you. I already have the glue gun bought and I spurred to get that. We have 2 cats to take care of and other things and all that. So, and money is very limited. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about the beast system and the technology involved in it. Sorry, I still have the hiccups. I wanted to show y'all something. I'm going to share the screen real quick. Okay, we'll go right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to Venus AI first, then we'll go back to the beast system. Beast system, one ring to rule them all: electronic surveillance, tracking, targeting, torture, murder, genocide, augmentation, enslavement, energy harvesting, and cryptocurrency. And I'm going to read this. But first, I want to show all y'all doubters. Okay, this is Venus AI, the human brain hackable? Enter. Well, maybe I got to come down here and do it. Is the human brain hackable? Yet, the human brain is hackable in several ways, ranging from non-invasive methods to more direct invasive. Here's some ways which brains can be hacked. Invasive BCIs, brain-to-computer interfaces, implanting electrode directly in the brain. Example, excluding deep brain stimulation, neuroprosthetics. These implants can record neural activity, stimulate brain regions, or even replace lost functions. Non-invasive. These use external devices to interface with the brain without breaking the skin. Example, EEG devices that read electroactivity from the scalp, or transcranial magnetic stimulation that uses magnetic fields to stimulate neural activity. Optogenics. The technique uses light to control neurons that have been genetically sensitized to light. By inserting light-sensitive proteins into specific neurons, scientists turn brain activity on or off without precision, allowing for detailed study and manipulation of the neural circuits. Psychotropic drugs, neurotoxins, electromagnetic fields, and ultrasounds. We done talked about transcranial direct current stimulation. Applies a constant low current to the brain, alter neural excitability, and potentially enhancing cognitive functions. Forced ultrasound uses high-intensity ultrasound waves to target and stimulate specific brain regions non-invasively, with potential applications in neural stimulation and neuromodulation. Optical methods. Infrared optical imaging techniques like function near infrared spectroscopy can measure brain activity by detecting change. So nanotech, tiny robots, can be put into the brain to repair damage, deliver drugs. Virtual reality, psychological, direct neural interface. Anyway, anybody can go to Venus AI and ask them any question they want. In conclusion, the human brain is indeed hackable through a variety of methods, each with its own advantages, limitations, and ethical considerations. And by the way, I've been having very, very severe memory problems. Like, I'll forget what I did like 2 minutes ago, or I'll tell Holly or somebody, I'll be like, well, I'm gonna do it in a minute, and then I'll forget. Like, as soon as I said it and was fixing to get ready to do it, and I just forgot. So they're messing with memories. Anybody else have that problem I'm talking about? I got good long-term memory, but my short-term memory is very severe right now, and has been the last 2 weeks. Anybody else going through that, please let me know. And I'm going to try to read this the best I can with hiccups. From the Harvard Economic Research Project, 1948, a creation of World War II operations research said, Since energy is the key to all activity on the face of the earth, it follows that in order to attain a monopoly of energy, raw materials, goods, services, and to establish a world system of slave labor, it's necessary to have a first strike capability in the field of economics. In order to maintain our position, it's necessary that we have absolutely first knowledge of science and control, cybernetics all over economic factors, and the first experience of engineering in the world economy. Every individual element of the structural automation comes up under computer control by manipulating their personal preferences. So this has been a race since the 40s, a race of who can come up with the interface the fastest and control humanity with technology. All right, let's see. Number two, these are just quotes before we get to the meat of the subject. Mind control means a world where every thought, every emotion, every observation, and every need can be controlled through electrical stimulation of the brain. That was a CIA researcher in 1972, as recounted in an interview with Dr. Ronnie Keel, a former chief medical officer of North Finland and member of New York Academy of Scientists, TI, author of Bright Light on Black Shadow. I do have that book if anybody would be interested in reading it. In 1952, in CIA's Project Moonstruck, CIA-sponsored scientists placed electrodes into the brain in order to follow people. Purpose of mind control is to disrupt memory, discredit people through illicit behavior. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Been having it for 2 hours now. Illicit information, alter sex patterns, create Manchurian candidates, assassins, sex slaves, curious, super soldiers, spies. When they program individuals, they take over your will. All mind control programs are under CIA, which is under the operating authority of the U.S. Navy. This mind control, organized stalking, electronic torture is the most important policy of the United States government. Dr. Ronnie Keel said that. Ronnie Keel, chief medical officer in Northern Finland. I'm sorry, they're trying to mess with me with these hiccups here. Number four, we need human guinea pigs, and I'm not. These are just quotes. I'm not into the meat of things yet. Number five, but when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, is their right. It is their right, is their duty to throw off such government to provide new guards for their future security. Declaration of Independence, July 4, 1776. Okay, webmaster introduction. Organized stalking, electronic torture is a state-sponsored criminal act that involves 24/7 track, no-touch torture, soft kill of TIs, military-grade remote neural monitoring, direct energy weapons, electronic stalking and harassment, mind reading, manipulation, control, defamation, and real-time coordination of organized stalking operations. I postulate that the TIs have been and are still being used as guinea pigs for testing and as the targets of the deployment of electronic surveillance, torture, murder, and enslavement system. Currently termed the Great Reset, Fourth Industrial Revolution, UN Agenda 2030. Secret testing of this electronic slavery system has been going on since 1959 at least. The Internet of Things, bodies, everything, beast system deployed and is enforced by fifth generation network-centric cognitive electronic hybrid warfare and advanced military-grade weaponry. Weaponized technologies involve satellites, supercomputers, cell phone towers, phased arrays, HARP, point source electromagnetic frequency transmitters, mobile devices, including cell phones, biosensors, advanced computer software such as Escalon, Palantir, Prism, mind reading manipulation technologies such as remote neural monitoring, brain to computer interface, human machine interface, a variety of direct energy weapons, and real time military intelligence coordinated organized gang stalking through C5 ISR, command control computers, communications, cyber intelligence, and surveillance reconnaissance. In sum, this is a total war system for total control, defeat, enslavement, elimination of individuals and groups, nations, and the world. I'm sorry, they're really messing with these hiccups. I may pause if it gets too bad. Matter of fact, I'm going to pause. Okay, let's try the rest of this video. It should be better. Components of the beast system today. Military. Number one, cognitive, electronic warfare, network-centric warfare, and soft kill operations against individuals using trauma-based mind control, no-touch torture, remote neural monitoring, thought reading, 24/7 electronic surveillance, NSA signals intelligence, and data acquisition for tracking, monitoring, and manipulations of TIs or groups. Individuals' nodes on geographic information grid can be transformed into the surveillance equipment. And I heard somebody say the other day, you are the nodes, you are the network. Remote computer operators can see through the eyes and hear through the ears of targets. Radio signals sent to and from targets read or implant thoughts, emotions, memories, dreams, image, sounds, and sensations at target. Electromagnetic frequencies may also monitor, manipulate, and even override mental and nervous system functions, transforming formerly autonomous individuals into bio-robot slaves and military intelligence assets. Military intelligence and other political, social engineering, organizing crime operations include Project Monarch, have demonstrated the capability of creating mind control assassins, couriers, spies, sex slaves through induced trauma-based mind control, aka D-pattern and psychic driving since the 40s. 2. Telecommunications, 5G, 6G, 7G, etc. Electronic Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineers utilize the same system of wireless communication systems between supercomputers, satellites, cell phone towers, mobile devices, and individuals' wireless body area networks to carry out bio-cyber terrorism of individuals. Number 3, social engineering, social credit scores derived from total surveillance, data acquisitions, and monitoring of individuals determine who lives and who dies. Populations are psycho-civilized via drugs, DNA modification through putting metamaterials, smart dust, self-esteem stimulating nanotechnology into you. Bio-cyber augmentation, electronic EMF means. Number 4, social engineering. Number 3, uh, economic. Number 4, total individual monitoring and control is achievable via allocation of cryptocurrency direct to the human body based on radio communication between biosensors. Internal computer operators remotely measured mind and body activity data and government allocation or withholding of cryptocurrency to individuals based on social credit scores. Yeah, you heard it. Withholding of cryptocurrency to individuals based on social credit scores. Yeah, it's coming, unfortunately. Okay. But before I go any further, I want you to listen to this. Manipulation of electrical signals in the human brain is being used to create new neural pathways and destroy existing neural pathways in the brains of politicians and others, and is being carried out covertly. Total individual control technology manipulates the electrical signals in the brain, controlling thoughts and feelings and emotions and sensations throughout the body. It works by rewiring the brain, by creating new neural pathways, destroying existing neural pathways. Thus, this literally changes the way a person thinks and thus behaves. The technology can be used to control the muscle movement of a target. It can take over one's hand or feet while driving, make you press the accelerator or press on the brake or turn. This can be used to cause accidents. It can also be used to prevent them from happening. This technology can tap into the optical nerve of the target and the auditory system of the target, so that those monitoring the target can see what the target is seeing and hear what the target is hearing. This information is then downloaded and stored on a computer in a highly secure classified site on servers that are guarded by some of the tightest security in the world. This results in the individual's entire day. Everything they see, everything they hear, everything they experiment, everything they experience, and everything they feel being recorded till the end of time. Technology can also be used to manipulate the emotions of a target. It can induce fear, love, hate. This technology can be used to beam images and even motion pictures into one's brain. And images and motion pictures that are so realistic that you think you're actually watching a movie or seeing something in reality. It's like a virtual reality 3D rendering that takes place within the target's mind. The images and motion pictures manifest themselves in such a way that the target, if they are not aware this technology is being used on them, will believe there are natural thoughts and natural images. For further information on the above technology, on total individual control technology, please click the online link. I can put the link in there if y'all would want me to. Okay, so let's get back to this. All right, so that's the economic. The system allows harvesting energy from the body. So they're wanting to turn your body into a harvester, a Bitcoin harvester, basically, or a cryptocurrency harvester. And depending on your social credit score, depends on if you get paid or not. Biomedical, telemedicine, biodigital convergence. Telemedicine, telehealth services are provided and administered remotely to those with adequate social credit scores and denied to those with low scores. Under their skin surveillance and mind behavior monitoring will be administered to all within smart and C4 cognitive cities. The thing I can't talk about, among other things, was augmentation to alter DNA and installed self-assembling nanotechnology and graphene via smart dust. These metamaterials cross the blood-brain barrier and function as implants did in the past to augment transmission, receive, transmit EMF signals between the human organism and remote monitoring locations. Number 6, national security policing. Global Gestapo, Stasi, Top Secret America. FBI DHS terrorist screening database identifies suspected terrorists slash targeted individuals that are human trafficked to be eliminated, electronic slash digitally imprisoned, and slow kill torture, or human trafficked as non-consensual human experimentees. 24/7 tracking and mind monitor technologies create endless opportunities for government, law enforcement, private intelligence, security firms, organized crime, and vigilante groups to entrap, destroy, or deploy these individuals as military intelligence or organized crime assets. One way you can look it up, you can start putting your stuff in Truthfinder, truthfinder.com, and you might get something like this if you do. Okay, I have to go back to where I'm at on that page, so watch this. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I am going to find it. Got to go through my edit. All right, now look. It says, is on a government watch list, sourced by the government or another government agency. And if you're watching, okay. Um, Sorry I didn't leave that up long. That's kind of a personal thing I was sharing with y'all, but truthfinder.com halfway through, it'll say either if this person, here, I'll go back. I just don't. Most of them says if the name is on a government law. Mine says the name, David Atkins, is on a watch list source, and I did put my information in. Now, I haven't paid to see because I don't have the money, but you can pay to see why you're on that list. I'm assuming, I'm not sure, but it says I could. Okay, so UN Agenda 2030 Smart C4 Cognitive Cities. Deploy this same satellite supercloud system. Establish continual communication between individual citizens, central command, control operators, mapped brains slash neural nets. Create hive minds within Pentagon, Microsoft, and other clouds. For this system to function optimally, human must be augmented via metamaterial, smart dust, self-assembling nanotechnology, DARPA's Internet of Things and smart system. Everything is a node on the network in the DoD geographic information grid. Network-centric warfare system. Again, compliance and submission is rewarded with high social credit scores, whereas non-compliance, no cooperation, and dissident result in low credit scores and termination via torture, excommunication from the Internet of Everything system. 9. Electronic augmentation. Transhumanism creates cyborgs via NeuroT. DARPA's N3 Next Generation Program. Non-surgical neurotechnology. 10. Life extension. Regenerative medicine technologies are available for value chain partners. Number 3. CIA MKUltra Subproject 119, 1959 to 1965, shown to be a prescuer to the beast system. And you can go to Minds of Men. I'll put the link to this. Subproject 119, Principal Investigator, Dr. Saul B. Sells from Texas Christian University. My grandmother went to one of them. I think she went to that a long time ago. let's see, Sub-project 119, this is bioelectric sensors. And this is, see, 1959 to 1965 was when project 119 went. Bioelectric sensors, sources of significant electrical potential, methods of pickup. So this has been going on for a long time. Recording, amplification, electronic tape, other multi-channel recording, analysis, autocorrelators, spectrum analysis, coordination with automatic data processing equipment. Number D, standardization of correlation for biochemical, physiological, and behavior indices. Number E, techniques of activation of the human organism by remote electronic means. Webmaster comment, this sub-project seems to have a direct bearing on 24/7 surveillance and remote targeting of TIs via biotelemetry, remote neuromonitoring. In 1955, Norbert Wiener invented the technology brain-computer interface essential for this activity, the autocorrelator. The sub-project clearly provided a test of this technology in real life. Dr. Paul C. Sells was moved to Texas University after a decade at the Air Force School of Aviation Medical at Randolph Field, having worked as a statistician for the government during World War II. He founded the Institute of Behavioral Research at TCU and worked for the Office of Naval Research, NASA Air Force. As a statistician, he studied great amounts of data in order to statistically find patterns and way to predict man's behavior. He tabulated the importance of hundreds of environmental factors to man's behavior. Webmaster comment. Dr. Sells was a statistician who incorporated use of extensive data. We may speculate Sub-Project 119 was a pursuer to recent explosion of NSA's big data and megadata. If so, the goal would appear to be extend this control system and these technologies to everyone. In one of his first assignments at TCU in 1959, he made the proposal to the CIA to conduct physiological research to investigate electrical signals from the human brain and other systems, as well as to develop more advanced multi-channel electronic analyzer to interpret those signals. Sub-Project 119 was funded by the Society for Investigation of Human Ecology. In 1961, he conveyed the stimulus determinants of behavior, symposium. What does Sub-Project 119 really mean by techniques of activation of the human organism by remote electronic means? Neither declassified documents nor of any subcommittee hearings of 1970s ever followed up about the real goal of this project was. However, it appears that activation in this context meant individual minds and behaviors are controlled remotely through automated supercomputer and biotelemetry, remote neural monitoring, brain-computer interfaces used. We may assume that this global enslavement project is now far advanced and may fairly extrapolate that as great many human beings, TIs have been utilized in this program and other sub-projects. MKUltra Sub-Project 119 research lasts about 6 years, from 1959 through 1965. In 1963, the CIA commissioned Saul B. Sells and Helen F. Sells to compile a bioelectronics directory, a detailed Rolodex of invasive neurological projects carried out at countless major institutions that was being carried out by countless professors, including many who were running other MKUltra sub-projects. The same names keep reoccurring. Here's the related authors and studies include Donald O. Helm, Dr. Saunders, MKUltra Sub-Project 77, H. Tuber, H. Kluver, W. S. McCulloch, W. Pitts, Hudson Hoagland, Heinz von Forster, Dr. Jose Delgado, Wilder Penfield, J. Olds, H. Isabel, MKUltra Sub-Project 73, M. Balding, MKUltra Sub-Project 6, M. I. DeFleur, MKUltra Sub-Project 112 through 1959. Delgado's name appears at least a dozen times in Sells' directories using implants that he invented. The stimuloceiver, electrostimulation of the brain, ESB, could be done via remote control. Major institutions involved in these studies include McGill University, Massachusetts General Hospital, Boston City Hospital, University of Mississippi, Brain Research Institute of UCLA, UCLA's Neuropsychiatric Institute, Center for Study and Reduction of Violence, Vacaville Prison in California, Long Beach VA Hospital, Yale Institute for Neurophysiology. So if you were alive back in the 60s or 50s and you're watching this and you went to some and you were involved in were talking or going to any of these universities back then, or was in Vacaville prison in California, maybe you got studied on. But you didn't have to be in it back then. It's been going on for years. Top neurocyber scientists in this project include Dr. Wilder Penfield. And the only reason I'm doing this is in case you want to research some of this. Wiener, mathematician genius, author of Cybernetics, Community Control of Animals and the Machine, and the Human Use of Human Beings. Wiener learned to decode EEG brainwaves through his autocorrelator computer and resend reciprocal signals to the brain. The sophisticated technology-driven mind control, direct communication with the brain. Brainwaves could be decoded. Wiener invented the autocorrelator in 1955. Dr. Sells, director MK119, sought to activate the human organism by remote electromagnetic means using bioelectric sensors. A lead with 24 channels of brainwave data, recording and data processing devices. The autocorrelator that Wiener developed to analyze and interpret EEGs. Here is a few quotes, and I'm going to end it. Bear with me. I'm going to be having more content. I got an interview coming up, I think Saturday, if everything goes good. If you'd like to interview, I hadn't been getting that many emails for interviews. And if you have emailed me, just keep emailing me because sometimes emails don't make it through, if you know what I mean. We need human guinea pigs. Alan Dulles said that. Okay. Colorado TV host in the summer of 2024 said medical breakthroughs once thought impossible, including devices that can actually read minds. Who has access to this technology? Reporter Sean Boyd said, everyone, believe it or not, you can buy devices on the internet right now that can, to varying degrees, decode your brainwaves, and technology being developed like Elon Musk, Apple, Meta, OpenAI can change, enhance, and control thoughts, emotions, and even your memory. It's the dawn of a new era full of promise and peril. Yeah, right. Number 3, organized stalking, electronic torture is the main policy of the government. That came from Ronnie Kiel. Number 4, you know how I got to be in charge of counterintelligence? I agreed not to polygraph or require detailed background checks on Wall Street lawyer and spy Alan Dulles and 60 of his closest friends. The real problem, Angleton concluded, was that there was no accountability, and without real accountability, everything gets turned into XXXX. You know what that means. You know, the CIA got tens of thousands of brave people killed. Actually, pre 9/11 figures estimated between 6 and 30. We played with lies as if we owned them. We gave false hope. We, blank I, so misjudged what happened. Fundamentally, founding fathers U.S. intelligence were liars. The better you lied and the more you betrayed, the more likely you'd be promoted. These people attracted and promoted each other. Outside their duplicity, the only thing they had in common was a desire for absolute power. Alan Dulles, Richard Helms, Carmel Offie, and Frank Weiner were the grand masters. If you were in a room with them, you were in a room full of people that you had to believe would deservedly end up in hell. I guess I will see them there too. And that's from Joseph Trentow's The Secret History of the CIA. Number 5, I toiled wholeheartedly in the vineyards because it was fun, fun, fun. Where else could a red-blooded American boy lie, kill, cheat, steal, deceive, rape, pillage with the sanction and blessing of the All-Highest? Colonel George Hunter White, overseer of the 4 of CIA's 149 MKUltra sub-projects, including Midnight Climax, in his final report of head CIA's TSS, Technical Services Staff. Okay, and I'm going to skip that part. And they worship the beast. I'm going to end on this note. And they worship the dragon, Satan, who gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? It was also given to him to make war with the saints, to overcome them, and authority over every tribe, people, tongue, and nation was given to him. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, everyone whose name has not been written from the foundation of the world in the book of the life of the Lamb who has been slain. If anyone has ear, let him hear. And he causes all, both great, small, rich, poor, free, and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and their foreheads. And that man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark of the name of the beast and the number of his name. Revelation 13:16 through 7. I guess I'll keep going. 3 rings for the 11 kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their hallowed stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne in the land of Mondor where the shadows lie, 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, one ring to bring them all in, and in the darkness bind them. That's from the Lord of the Rings. So anyway, thanks to everybody listening to this today. I really appreciate y'all's support. I will be having better stuff coming. I've just been very busy. Got 2 cats and other stuff going on. And you know how it is. People don't talk about their business because once I don't talk about what I do around here that much or nothing like that because it's really irrelevant. I am getting tortured. I am getting V2K 24/7. I still get vibrated, all that. The garlic's been helping tremendously as far as energy levels and lessening the attacks. I can't wait to put this together. I've got everything I need so far. I just got to get the speaker wire, as you can see. Glue gun, taser. So I'll be getting back with you on that one. Anybody else done this yet and had any luck? Let me know. The MP. Anyway, God bless all TIs, and I hope y'all having the best day you can as a TI. God bless.